I want to know, have men decided that they're not going to hold the door open for women anymore?
I don't think men have collectively decided anything. I think it still comes down to the individual person and how they've previously been treated when they've held the doors open for women.
Because I can't tell you how many times I have gone into a store, the man was going in front of me, he saw me coming behind him, and he opens up the door, but didn't open it up for me, and the door hit me.
Oh, well, that's just awkward.
Or he was coming out of the door and didn't hold it open for me to go through it, and the door hit me.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
And this has happened multiple times, so I just want to know, have men decided that they are just not going to hold the door open for women anymore?
Well, based on the number of times that someone was hit by that door, it rather sounds like someone was just expecting that door to be held open for them by virtue of the fact that they happen to be a woman, and for no other reason. But I have to remind someone that women are considered to be equals to men, and numerous women over the years have actually very publicly scolded men for holding open doors for them because they're perfectly capable of doing so. But it is common courtesy to hold the door open for someone, whether it be a man or a woman, so there's that. But a person shouldn't expect special treatment and at the same time expect equality.
Do you want to know what it's like trying to date millennial men? Let me tell you. I go to this gym and there's this guy that works out there. 3 out of the 4 days a week that I go there, we're in the same class. He never talks to me. We will occasionally exchange pleasantries, but that's it. There's a lot of downtime in between stretching and then the workout. There's a lot of opportunity to chit chat. My gym does a lot of social activities. I go to them. He goes to them. Doesn't talk to me. No conversation. All right. I get on my Hinge. This man has liked my profile. Didn't even make a comment about the fact that we work out at the same place. Not a word. The man has the biggest muscles in that gym and not a shred of courage. He can't come up to me, ask me to go for a walk, ask me to get a coffee, ask me for a drink, ask me anything. He can't do it. He has 3-4 opportunities a week. Doesn't do it. But will get behind a phone and like my profile. Get the fuck out of here. God, no. And he doesn't have his political affiliation listed, which we know what that means. So I'm like, all right, well, what odd jobs do I need done around my house that require a big, strong man? See if I can at least get a few things done. I tell you what, these millennial men, they are not it. They are not hitting on much. I can tell you that right now.
They're cowards, huh? Just like you not telling this man to his face what you felt about him. Instead, you told TikTok. Here's what happens a lot of times. You go to the gym, women told you, don't approach, don't look at me, I'm tired, I'm effing working out, don't ever approach me or come up to me, period. The man honors that and respects that. He texts you on the app. What you should have done is, oh, maybe this is the guy. Hey, I think I know you. Do you go to so-and-so gym? Yeah, that's me. Are you in the gym? Yeah. Oh, wow. What a small world. Well, I guess I'll see you next time. You guys see each other in the gym. Hey, what's going on? Man, it's great to see you. Man, listen, I didn't want it to be weird, but I think you're really pretty and wanted to know if you want to go get some drinks sometime. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, okay, cool. Well, let me get your number and we'll go out for drinks a little bit later. Oh, all right, I'll see you after your workout. I'll text you later. Cool. How easy was that? How easy was that? But you'd rather get on TikTok and talk to him about how much of a coward he is instead of saying it to his face.
I find it quite funny and amusing when women in America, like myself, I am an American woman, complain about how hard we have it. I can assure you, as someone who travels and lives internationally, it is worse everywhere else.
I made a video about how women need to start respecting men and treating them better. And it sparked all sorts of conversations. So a couple of men asked, why is this so difficult? Why is it difficult for women to respect men? And I think, honestly, that most women struggle with the fact that a lot of men have stepped back from leadership and women need to take care of things. You know, women need to be the one handling things, dealing with problems because men refuse to. However, more often than not, I think a lot of women have bullied and pushed men out of the leadership position so they can take over and be in control. And then we're complaining, and then we're tired, and then we're resentful. So think about that for a second.
I love when a guy will ask if we can like invite another woman into our, you know what? And it's like, why would I want to put another woman through that? Like all that for another woman to be like, that's it, 3 minutes? Like, no, I'm not going to put another woman through that.
Well, I guess I don't understand. If he's so bad, then why are you still going at it?
When I'm in a relationship, I don't believe in spending my money on my man. His money is for me. My money is for me. Okay, so that means when we go out, we go on dates, we go shopping, we do whatever, we are using his money. My money does not get touched, okay? That is just the standard. Argue with your mama.
Okay, so I just got back from a date a little while ago. And we were going to get coffee, but like in the evening, which is kind of weird. But it was a reschedule of a date on me. I rescheduled. And it's a Tuesday. But again, I rescheduled, so I can't complain. Anyways, we had been there for a while. We were getting drinks, and it was fine. It was a good date. It was a good date. Even mentioned a second date before the check came. So then the waitress comes over and she's like, should I, like, do you guys want any other drinks? And we're like, no. She's like, should I go ahead and close y'all out on the card I have for your tab? Or like, do you want to split it, basically? I don't know that she said that. I didn't hear her exactly, but that was like the implication. And he turns to me and is like, how do you feel about splitting the bill? I was like, I normally don't. And then, which is true. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, you're taking me out and like, well, when I said I usually don't, he goes, well, we're both here like just trying to meet each other, like meeting each other. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm getting my card out at this point. I'm not going to be like, no. But I wanted to be. I kind of did say no. And then he like goes into defending it, being like, well, I just don't like expectations, which like, I still don't know what that means. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if I had asked you out, like, if I had invited you here, I would have offered to pay. And he's like, well, you did ask me out. And the thing is, when you're talking on the apps, it can go into pen child territory if you're not like, okay, let's meet. And like, this guy isn't giving like super assertive vibes. So I was like, he just kept talking. So I was like, okay, why don't we continue the convo off the apps? And then he set it up. Regardless, I didn't want to pay. So I can't decide if I'm wanting to go on a second date. I kind of lean yes, because it was a good date otherwise, but still, I really didn't. And when he was like trying to argue with me about it, I didn't really like, because I was like, well, you asked. And I said no. I didn't say that part, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't really know if I'm upset or not about this, to be honest with you. If he didn't want to pay, maybe he didn't feel a connection, I would have paid and just left it at that. But that's just me. But like I said, we don't really know what happened on the day. We don't know the vibes. We don't know if you said something or something was said, whether it was intentional or not, to make him say, I don't know if whatever. But, you know, y'all do what y'all do.
First story is, am I the asshole for checking out of my relationship after what my wife said to me?
Oh, Lord, it's always something.
My wife and I are both 34. Married for 8 years. We have one child. Our son is 5. Lately, we've been arguing about money. The main issue is about taking a vacation. I want to go a few states away. My wife wants to skip the vacation, save, and go out the country next year. We've been arguing about this for about a month. I told her a vacation would be really good for us right now. I could tell my wife was getting annoyed, but I stood my ground. I said we could take a vacation domestically this year and go away internationally next year. She snapped and said that our finances made that impractical, and that she also wished I had a bigger peen, but we don't always get what we want in life, now do we?
What? No, she did not go there.
That escalated quite quickly, didn't it?
You are average. You average just like that statue. Y'all are delusional. This statue controversy really showed how y'all don't really know what y'all look like. Y'all really be putting in somebody else's hair and forgetting what you look like. For some reason, you think you some Puerto Rican mommy, but you just an average looking black woman too. All right? You put on that makeup and you forget what you look like when you wake up in the morning. That's what you look like. It's not when you add the lashes, the foundation, the liner, the lip gloss. That's not what you look like. What you look like is what you look like in your natural state before you put on the uniform.
I just need to know if I'm the a-hole for wanting my boyfriend to pay for kind of all the things that we do while we're out. And
Okay.
we're both in our mid-20s and just kind of starting out in our careers. But the difference is that I get a pretty good chunk of money every month from my parents, and I'm very frugal, so I never really blow it at all. And at any given time, I usually have around $30,000 sitting in my checking account. And
Wait.
you know, I don't really go crazy. So whenever we go out, you know, we'll go to like dinner or, you know, concerts or whatever. I always let my boyfriend pay. And I kind of feel like he should because he's the guy and we're dating and I'm kind of a traditionalist like that. And the other week we were out with friends and I kind of mentioned that I get really stressed out when my checking account dips below $25,000. And he was, you know, completely shocked and like deer in headlights, couldn't even talk. And afterward, he said that he couldn't believe that I've let him pay for everything this entire time that we've been dating.
Gary Jones in the comments said, "May this type of love find my enemies."
I had a client who was a young man in his 30s. He was a Goldman, I can say that. And he was worth like 30, 40 million bucks at the age of 30. So he was in the beginning of his career. It's a lot of money. And he was marrying a yoga teacher who made like no money at all. Stunningly beautiful, funny, brilliant, like just insightful, spiritual. He was very quant, very analytical, and she just lightened him up and was adventurous and fun. He kind of reeled her in a little and she pulled him out of his comfort zone, and it was like a really nice coupling. And they did this prenup. And of course, they both lawyered up with good lawyers, right? So he hired me. The lawyers went at our thing. So I go to my client and I say to him, like, listen, they want this structure and this amount for it. And he goes, yeah, just like put like $5 million bucks. I was like, I'm sorry, wait, what? I was like, wait, if you get divorced in a month, she gets $5 million bucks? And he's like, if she's staying, I'll know she likes me more than $5 million bucks. Good for him. And I thought, you know what? Like, that is gangster in a good way. And they're still married.
He's thinking he can make that back. Listen, a lot of men do this, but on a smaller scale. I'm throwing out bait to see that you're going to take it. If you're going to take it, I don't have no time for foolishness. So if you're going to mess up my life and mess up my way of thinking, at 30, I'm already worth 30 to $40 million. What's $5 million to me? I'm going to make that back, but I'm not going to deal with a woman that's a headache. Get out of my face. Good for you, bro.
This is a question for all guys, whether you're single or you're married, I don't care. Do you prefer a woman that wears makeup versus one that does not? I would assume every person, there are people that are naturally just gorgeous and beautiful, and that is wonderful. But I wonder if she added some makeup, would that make her even more beautiful? I would think the point of makeup is to add to your base, to accentuate certain features that you have, or to add to and develop features that you don't have, to make you appear more beautiful, more attractive to not just men, but to everyone, to your own self in the mirror. Hence, that's why people wear makeup. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? I don't know how any guy could say, yeah, I don't like a girl that wears makeup. And I get it. There's very different versions of makeup where it's like you got a full beat on versus just like day to day. But would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it.
Okay, I didn't expect for there to be a lot of comments on my video when I asked if men are still holding open the door for women. But I wanted to respond to this comment that says, I was told twice in person after holding the door that I don't need a man to hold the door open for me. And that's just not okay. I feel like if a man is holding open the door for anyone or any woman, a thank you definitely needs to be said.
Dude in the comments said last year in Boston, held the door open, and as she walked by, she said, that's sexist. What?
I want a rich man. I want a man with money. So that's what I want. And I'm not going to settle for less than that. Because to me, being experienced, I mean, outside of, intercourse, I mean, they cause drama in your life, It's peaceful now that I broke up with my boyfriend. Finally on my own for the first time in my life. And I come home, I learned, I sleep wild. Like, I'm all over the bed all the time.
But that's why I always ask the ladies when they come up, not that I'm asking you, like, how much money does a man have to make? What exactly does rich mean to you? Because again, that looks different for everyone,
So on the low, he would need to be about 250K. Crack is cheap. Have some assets,
on the low,
property, owns his home, he can afford to take care of us. Cause I don't want to, if I'm living with a man, I'm not paying the bills. I'm not doing that. I've never, even with average dudes, I've never paid the rent. That's just a standard. And I want to have nice things.
I hate to break it to y'all, but men hate nice girls. They don't like nice girls. They don't do anything for nice girls. They love the bitch. They don't give a fuck. They're like, this is what I want, this is what I like, this is what I need, okay? And those guys fall for it. They drool over it. It's something that biologically they cannot control. They love when a woman makes it a challenge for them and makes them step up their own game. It increases that testosterone. It makes them want to work harder to win, your affection, your attention. It's just the name of the game. If you're too nice, if you're doting on him too much, you do too much for him, he doesn't like it, he doesn't respect it, and he doesn't love you that much more. He really, really doesn't. It's the girls that do like the least for him that he ends up liking more. And the key thing you have to remember, in order to be mean to men, it's really just about knowing your self-worth and having boundaries that they need to adhere to. And if they don't, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And they know it, okay? If they know that they need to step it up with you and that you have certain things that you expect, they will follow suit. I'm telling you right now, they love it. They will never admit this to you. They will never, ever admit this to you. But the girls that they're always chasing after, the girls that they want to make their girlfriend, are the girls that do not dote all over them. It's the girls that prioritize themselves and their needs first. It's how it always is. Don't hate me. It's just the rules, okay? If you want to learn how to start acting like that type of woman and how to stop being the nice girl, click the plus button because my page is literally full of that, and your entire worldview of how you start dating men will change drastically. It's just how it is. You got to be mean to these men.
Connie Watson 4365 says in the comments, nice girl here. I have respect for myself. Married to the most amazing man for 35 years that treats me like gold. Thank you for dispelling this nonsense, Connie. Wishing you 35 more years. Be blessed.
I'm just hurt because today was supposed to be my day. Nobody told me Happy Mother's Day. I'm sitting here washing the dishes on my day.
It's just another day. It's a made-up day anyway.
It's not a made-up day. Everybody celebrates Mother's Day.
No, it's just another day to get men to spend money. Just like any other day, I tell you I love you every single day. But you need a title for it?
You don't think I'm worth to spend money on?
Yes, but you need a title on it? Then
well, how would you feel if I? How would you?
Stuff all the time.
How would you feel if I did match the same energy on Father's Day? How would you feel? How would you feel if I put this little effort into Father's Day?
You don't. You always do stuff I don't ask you to.
But you don't do anything for me. And that's what hurts my feelings. So you're just not going to do anything For like the last couple of hours, I guess.
I'm not working in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
You know, at this point, these people are doing this for the fun of it, for engagement, because they know that these women will fall for it, bait and switch every single time. I wouldn't be surprised if I clicked on one of her videos and it, oh no, it's not real. It's just a funny account. It's just satire.
Oh my gosh, y'all. It was satire. Look, he did tell me Happy Mother's Day. He does send me cute little messages. He loves me so much, y'all. He literally kisses the ground that I walk on. He even had my favorite pizza place customize a pizza for us since he had to work yesterday for Mother's Day. And then he stopped at my favorite wildflower field and he picked me flowers on the way home. Y'all, he is so romantic. He even set up a photo shoot for me and my kids for Mother's Day. So he does love me, y'all.
When will men start holding men accountable instead of blaming women? I was scrolling through Reddit yesterday and I saw a post from this teen girl who was asking if she was the jerk for taking a shower while her parents had a dinner party. She said she chose the shower that was like furthest away from all the people, like changed in the bathroom, came out fully dressed, and then like went up to her room. And then her dad like freaked out at her for taking a shower while everybody was there because it was weird that she was naked in the house while they had guests over. Now, if that's not alarming enough, she edited the post to say that she spoke to her dad about it, and it turns out the reason he got so upset at her was because he noticed, like, one guy at the party asked if there was someone taking a shower because he heard the water running, and he was like, oh yeah, like my daughter just got home from work, like she's just showering after work, whatever. And didn't think anything of it. And then he came back later and noticed that the guy was just standing outside the bathroom, lurking there, basically just waiting for her to come out, hoping to get a glimpse of her in her towel. And instead of telling the guy to stop being a creep and move along, he got mad at his daughter and told her that she was being inappropriate for taking a shower in her own home and taking all the precautions to make sure no one saw anything inappropriate and just going about her business. This is why we generalize men instead of pointing out specific bad men. Because there's the creepy guy who's waiting for her to come out of the shower, but there's also her dad who's letting that guy get away with the behavior and then blaming and shaming her for doing absolutely nothing wrong. I see this in my videos all the time. Men coming in my comments and screaming at me and the other women, saying that we shouldn't be so angry and we shouldn't be making generalizations and we shouldn't be lumping men in together into this group. And they spend 0% of their time holding other men accountable for the way that they've made us feel, to the point that we need to generalize men because we don't know who's good and who's bad. Once again, all I have to say to men is do better.
And this is the emotional immaturity that men talk about avoiding. Well, I saw this man and this man do it, so it must be all men. How? We don't even know each other. I would never even think that way about any woman, let alone my daughter. Are you okay?
What we really mean when we say men lack emotional intelligence. I hear this all the time. He just lacks emotional intelligence. But what are we actually describing? He shuts down during conflict, avoids hard conversations. He can't name what he feels. He gets defensive when you express pain. He hears feedback as criticism. He tries to fix instead of feel. He struggles to sit with emotions, his or yours. But here's what we're not saying out loud. This is often a man who was taught early on that emotions equal weakness, that vulnerability equals danger, that silence equals strength. He's not always unwilling. He's often unequipped, raised to survive, not to relate. We label it immaturity, but often it's inherited trauma. Emotional shutdown passed off as self-control. We're not going to build emotional intelligence by shaming men into it. We build it by creating environments where emotional presence isn't punished. Emotional intelligence isn't something that men are born lacking. It's something many were taught to fear, suppress, or abandon. And what's learned can be unlearned.
Creations by Bo said something in the comments that I definitely agree with, and a lot of modern women don't want to accept. He said the idea that women are more emotionally intelligent is flawed. Being enmeshed in or driven by your emotions isn't equal. Being in control of your emotions is. Both sexes are emotionally unhealthy, just on opposite ends of the spectrum. And modern women don't like to hear that. Yeah. Rage bait. Of course.
When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean they're giving up on starting families. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're done with dating, okay? And I think a lot of them have a hard time verbalizing this, so that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Now, there's a little bit of an unwritten rule that men are starting to understand about dating, and you've probably heard people say this in the past. If not, you're going to hear it now, but the only winning move is to not play. You know, in regards to dating, the only winning move is to not play. That's what men are starting to realize. Again, like I said, relationships are fine. Families, fine. Dating, not good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to say that it don't matter how old they are, if they are doing well in life, struggling in life, kids, no kids, it don't matter. It's worth a thing, okay? They just want to waste your time and they ain't worth, okay? Let me tell you a story of how a man was consistent and persistent and trying to get my phone number for almost like 4 years. That's because COVID has already been like 5 years. Time flies. So trying to get my phone number. I'm not entertaining it because I'm in a relationship at the time and I'm a dumb bitch, obviously. So whatever, not entertaining it. After get out of the relationship, whatever, he spins back and he's like, now do you have time? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, put myself out there a little bit, whatever. And this was like a good amount of time after I got out of my relationship. It wasn't like right after. So I give him my phone number and this was in April. And he texts me his name and I text him back like, oh, okay, I'm going to lock you in, whatever the case is. Well, that was first, last, only conversation. Tell me why I'm clearing up space in my phone today because I have an iPhone and so I'm clearing up space in my phone and I run into the text message and I'm like, oh, I know you wasn't pressed to just, so I text him and I was like, so you did all that to get my phone number to just never reach out, lose it. And when I said that, he immediately texted back like a nice lengthy paragraph. And he's like, oh, instead of telling me to lose your number, why not ask how I'm doing? Why not ask like how I've been and da-da-da, whatever. Do I look like a therapist?
You guys really have a loser mentality. The man texts you, you texted him, hey, I got you locked in. He didn't text back. That's the end of it. I don't know. He never texted me. Instead, you want to feel some type of, oh, why I give you my number if you ain't gonna text me. Leave him alone. He's not talking to you.
You guys, I realized something today and it's extremely depressing. A lot of 6-foot men, they lack character development. They do. They haven't had to develop their character and their personality and their wit. They haven't had to because their whole personality is being 6 feet. And I'm really actually so upset that this is happening to me. Like that I'm realizing this. Like my frontal lobe is developing and like I might just have to take a step back from 6 feet men. And that's so sad because I'm a tall girl. Y'all, I'm 6. Why was I about to say I'm 6 feet? I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9". But like, this is really actually so serious.
I mean, you go looking for something and you're going to find it. You went looking for a tall man that looks really, really good. And that's what you found. Y'all be placing the stuff that actually matters off to the side on the back burner when you could have easily gotten a man that's 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". All of those heights work. Trust me, you won't die.
We are going to see how much a table of 6 women tipped. First one, total was $51, they left $9. Second one, total of $32, $0 tip. $55, $0 tip. $60, left $6. $21 left $7, and then $23 left $4. So I am grateful for any tip, but would prefer 20%.
Yeah, and this is the same. These are the same women that say, "Oh, we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna see your manners. We're gonna see how you treat the waitress. We're gonna see how you treat the server. How you treat people. Oh, we're gonna see your manners tonight." How are your manners? Do you spend money? Do you tip? Do you treat people with kindness and respect? No, you don't. Modern women.
The teeter-totter that goes on in my mind when I'm on Hinge and I see someone who I like or who has liked me and I'm like on the fence on them, and the deciding factor on if I hit yes or no is their height, and their height is 5'10". No! I'm a 5'11" girly, and seeing 5'10" is so just like jarring, because part of me is like, should I give him a shot? Should I? And it's not even about like him, it's about like, I know myself. I don't like a man shorter than me. I have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. I don't like it. I don't like it. There is that barrier there, and I'm not creating that barrier. I feel like a lot of you short girlies, or even men, think that like us tall girlies are creating this barrier, and that's why we can't find love. Like, no, I just genuinely don't like you because you're shorter than me. Like, that's not my fault. If I could remove that and like get over that, then I would, obviously. Why? There are so many men that are 5'10". Stop being 5'10". Like, it's, and I feel like as a man, it's gotta be so offensive even to be 5'10", because you're so close to being 6 foot, but you're not. And to all the short girlies, they don't even know. They don't even know the difference. But to all the tall girlies, we know the difference. And half the time, your 5'10" description on your profile, that means you're not even 5'10". So, like, I don't like to hug a man and, like, my shoulders are above yours, or my head, like that. It's just weird. It doesn't feel good. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but the tall girlies will know.
She's a handful, man. An unfortunate handful.
A lot of these men are literally the problem with society. I'm literally sitting here just chilling in my car, and this guy is standing outside my window just staring at me. First of all, I don't even notice that that's happening until I hear this yelling. This man is standing there staring into my window, miss, miss, miss. And I look at him and I'm like, no, leave me alone. He proceeds to walk up to my window, knock on it, hey, hey. And I'm like, no. This man literally stands, takes his fingers and goes bop, bop, because I won't talk to him. Because I'm not interested. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Are y'all okay? And y'all wonder why y'all have such a male loneliness epidemic is because y'all act like that. What? Why do you think it's okay for you to bang on my window when I already told you no? Men are just too entitled, and I'm so over it. Like, where are all the normal men at? Y'all done got me yelling up. Where are all the normal men? Apparently not outside.
You know, I really do agree that him standing outside the window for that period of time, and then that little signal or gesture at the end, that was weird. He shouldn't have done that. I definitely don't want to get caught condoning that. But I do want to say maybe a little bit of an area improvement for yourself. You sound like you're a little bit rude as well. I mean, it wasn't like the man, according to your story, had just been sitting there staring, not doing anything. He was trying to get your attention. Y'all say that men startle y'all all the time. They just sneak up on you. They walk up to you. They don't introduce themselves. Hey, miss. Hey, miss. Now, after probably the second time, I would have left you alone. I assume you don't want to be bothered. If that's the case, fantastic. But you guys at some point in time have to say, oh, no, thank you. Y'all got to do y'all's part as well, in my opinion. Once again, he shouldn't have continued to stand there. He shouldn't have come up to your window. He shouldn't have done that stupid little sign. But at some point in time, y'all can't think that basic communication from your end isn't necessary. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Yep, no. That's it. Come on, guys.
I cheated previously. Damn, Brittany. Coming in hot. Now, years later, my partner is telling me they never fully healed. Am I wrong now to be skeptical and feel like I should now be selfish?
What do you mean be selfish?
They're not healed, so there's a lot of uncertainty. So do I sit in it?
What were you doing to help them in the process of healing?
Nothing. Initially, nothing. But wait.
She said that so smooth. Let me tell you how this goes, because I think it's selfish for you to ask this question now. Considering the fact that you did not help in the process of healing, you're the one who breached the trust. You're the one who betrayed them. There's a such thing as post-infidelity PTSD that takes place. I don't think you understand what starts happening. The frequent flashbacks, the nightmares, the panics, the anxiety, the uncertainty, all of those emotions, moments where you can't even hear about infidelity in movies, certain people, certain places, certain smells, certain sounds, all of these things are now triggers. So here's my thing. In the process, if you didn't do anything to help with the healing when they were going through the triggers, that means you weren't helping co-regulate. That also means that you didn't take responsibility for what it is that you did, and you also didn't empathize for the pain that you caused that person. The problem is, the offending partner always wants to put a timeline on when somebody is supposed to heal.
Good, Kitty.
You have to understand how affairs really affect a person. It's unfair that I'm not the person who breached this trust, but I have to fall asleep on my own tears and you not even help cuddle me and wipe these tears away. You still should have been able to own up and say, this is the reason why I did this. I understand that I offended you. A part of the process of reestablishing trust after infidelity is giving a safe space for somebody emotionally. That means when they have those moments where they have to talk through the pain that you have caused, you have to be willing to listen without interrupting them. In the moments that they have to express that I'm angry today and I don't understand why I'm angry, you can't judge them. You have to validate that experience because you caused it. It's unfortunate for a person who has been betrayed to have to sit through this process and have to figure out why I wasn't good enough. Why was I not likable? Why was I not lovable? And then try to find a way to still love you. In the moment, when people cheat, it's that instant gratification. But you don't understand the long-term negative consequences that you impact and that you create in your relationship. So yes, it is selfish for you to say, now I'm going to start setting a boundary on your healing, a boundary on your healing. That's manipulation.
Oh man, I as a woman have so much emotional intelligence. I have too much. I can give a man some. That's why they're lonely, because they don't have any emotional intelligence or maturity.
Alright, so here's the thing. I was never attracted to you, and I'm being honest with you right now. There might have been some kind of attraction in a way, but once we started kissing and stuff like that, I just couldn't do it. If I'm being honest with you, I couldn't do it, and I lost all of the attraction. But you know, I'm not an asshole to tell you the reasons why. Here's the thing, you can literally call me any kind of name, like small dick energy, anything. It's up to you. But never say shit about my family. Kind of person, like, I would literally say things about your mom, about everybody, but that's all cool.
Wait, let me pause. You'll never say things about my family, but you told me that my mom and my stepmom are hotter than me, so, okay.
What? I can tell that you don't have any manners, so just try to be different.
Raised with manners? You, the last 2 nights, have texted me asking to see my boob, and you told me that you're not coming over unless I show you my, and I told you that I was in the hospital this week and that it was the anniversary of one of my best friend's deaths and I couldn't take your drama, and you said amen. Raised with manners. After this week, I realized, like, you're just a scumbag. You know what? I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me.
Looking for validation. Oh, look what he said to me. Look what he did to me. You've been entertaining that man for a long time. Oh, I just can't deal with it right now. Okay, when all of this smooths over, RIP to your best friend. Sorry about that. But when all of this smooths over, you're going to go back and continue talking to him. And then you're going to wonder, after you waste your time with this guy, where are the good men?
Gee, let me guess. Another movie about a struggling black woman that can hardly make ends meet and doing the best she absolutely can to get by. Oh look, more pictures of a black woman in distress. Probably her getting laid off from her no good dead end job on the right, and her dealing with being a single mother here on the left. And I can almost guarantee it's going to be some light-skinned man at the end of the film that wants to be her man, wants to provide for her. She gets her life together. She marries the light-skinned man, and they live happily ever after. Tyler Perry makes the same movie over and over and over and over again. His whole catalog is black women in distress. Period. There's nothing to his movies except a black woman in distress every time. And he has become a billionaire off of displaying black women in distress in every situation.
Have you ever thought Maybe he's capitalizing on a market of women who think exactly that. I think I'm struggling. I think I'm down on my luck. I'm looking for a man to come and save me. Where in the world have we heard that concept before? He's making this up out of thin air. Who is thinking like this? There's a lot of women that's thinking like this. I want a man to say, I'm a single mother. I'm good. I go to church. I love God. I've cleaned up myself. I don't go partying. I'm not in the streets anymore. And I'm just looking for a man to accept me for who I am, to love me, really cherish me. And here we come waltzing in with the high-powered lawyer, with the high-powered whatever he is, millionaire who has a lot of money, that takes me and my son and he becomes a father figure and we live happily ever after. Oh, and you forgot the toxic ex that'll come and, oh my God, how did you find him? Oh, I want you so bad. Oh, I don't need you anymore, Randy. Because these women keep on watching it. Because that's what they identify with. They think they're the victims in a story that they've been writing. Amazing. Like he said, I'm in my bag.
Red flag behavior if a guy is fixated on body count. Woman's past history actually has nothing to do with loyalty, commitment, trust. The guy is hardcore fixated on body count. That typically indicates there's insecurity, wanting to be in control, and outdated beliefs. And none of that actually contributes or makes for a healthy long-term relationship. Whereas confident and emotionally mature men care about who you are now, not what was going on in your past.
I'm just here to say that it is okay for a guy to care about this. And while I don't really know exactly what she means by hardcore fixated, I do think it's okay for a man to stop the progression of a relationship if he finds out this woman is not holding herself to the same standards that he holds himself to. But I think in general that people that have this standard are pretty reasonable. They just don't want to be somebody that like has under 10 partners and they find out that the person that they're interested in with has like 100. Like, I think that we need to agree that that's reasonable. I think that's even reasonable if it was somebody that had over 30. The person that has under 10 might not be okay with somebody that has over 30. That is okay.